The reason I have been single for the past 20 years is because I always believed that it was because I was not buff enough or rich enough. Is the biggest lie I have told myself for so long. Because the truth is, I'm actually just terrified. I have been single for almost 20 years. And for the very first time in my life, I am in one of the healthiest, happiest relationships I have ever been. Now, if you are like me, a younger version of myself, that's probably something you wish right now. Like I was just craving for that emotional relationship, that connection. But here's what I've learned from being single for the past 20 years, and it might help you, because it's also the same thing I learned, which is also nearly the reason why I nearly lost it all. I nearly lost the relationship completely because of this. The real reason as to why I never, ever took that leap to getting into that relationship. It wasn't the I wasn't rich enough, I'm not muscular enough, I'm not buff enough. It's because of my emotional trauma. Here is what I've learned from being single for the past 20 years. Emotional trauma is a big thing, and it's really sad to say, but I'm pretty sure that every kid my age, I'm turning 21 soon, any teens nowadays, or anyone around my age, hasn't grown up without some emotional trauma, emotional baggage. Now, it could be anything. For you, it could be maybe your parent abandoned you, or one of your parents. Maybe you were neglected as a kid, maybe you were bullied at school, or maybe that school never really took care of your mental health. I don't know what it is for you, but if you're still here at this part of the video, and I have a feeling that you know what it is, you know what that fear is, that you've never been really courageous to take because of that fear as a kid, that emotional trauma, that emotional baggage. For me, it was my mum. Now, I know she's probably going to be watching this and she's going to get pissed, but you can't really get pissed at your own actions, can you? Consequences of your actions, my mum, I was abused as a kid, and you see, I don't even actually mind that part, the abusive side of it. I actually never had an issue with that, because she was there. But later down the line, she wasn't. She basically chose to be a stripper, a prostitute, I know this is very heavy stuff, instead of a kid. Chose that over us. Now, I didn't know it, but young kid Sean would grow up, and that choice that his mother made would affect him and all of his decisions to come 20 years down the line. My emotional trauma led to me fearing any sort of attachment with anyone, especially relationships. It wasn't I'm not buff enough or I'm not rich enough. It was I'm terrified that they'll choose something over me. And I recently had one of the most difficult conversations I had with my other half. We've been in a really healthy relationship for over half a year now, and I nearly lost it all. I nearly lost all of it because of this emotional trauma, this fear. She was never ever really, into like the clubbing and obviously stripping, not that, but she was never really into the clubbing or like pole fitness, because that's an actual dance you can do. It's a separate thing, it's like a sport. But I viewed all of it the same. I was so scared of all of it. I never said that oh, you don't have to do it. I wouldn't want you to do it. I never said that, but my passion against it, which I thought were my own choices, made it felt like I took her choice away. And I thought for all this time that they were my choices. I was like, yeah, I'm against it. And then we had the difficult conversation talking about this, as you can assume. And for the first time, I had to confront my fear as to why. Why is it I am so against all of this? I had to ask that question why, or she was going to leave. So I had to sit here and I had to really think. And for the first time, I confronted that big, fat, terrifying word, emotional trauma. As a kid, I had to confront it. The reason I was so against clubbing and pole fitness or, drinking or anything like that was because I was so scared that being in the relationship, they would choose that over me. Even though that's not the case. But because it was the only thing I grew up with as a child, I thought that was the only case. That's how it's supposed to be. I had this conversation and it was hard. It was really hard. There was tears, nearly walking away. But for the first time in my life, it felt like my eyes had been opened. when I was able to confront that emotional trauma and get past it. For the first time in my life, I understand why I was single for so long, and I understand why I felt so insecure and stomach turning, almost to the point it was painful, whenever she would talk about clubbing or drinking or anything of the sort, but I would never say anything. The truth is, you may not say anything, right? But your insecurities, your anxiousness is going to leak out, and people around you will know, whether you like it or not. And she did. We had that difficult conversation and we got past it. And for the first time, my eyes have been opened and I've actually seen why I was the way I was with all these decisions, which I thought were mine. Because the truth is that I can't treat everyone the same because of how a past experience happened. Because nobody is the same. You will never ever date your ex again. Because even if you're dating someone new and they have similar qualities to your ex, they're not the same person. Your neighbor isn't same to your other neighbor. Everyone is different. I cannot treat everyone the same because of an experience I had. Because the truth is, they were nothing alike. My other half and my mum were nothing alike. Here's what I learned from being single for 20 years. I learned that the reason I was single for so long and I was so insecure was because of my emotional trauma. And for the first time in my life, I don't feel worried about it anymore. And I actually would be okay. I don't drink, right? But I would be okay if my other half did. And actually, it'd be kind of cool if we went off to the club and just dance. I wouldn't drink, right? But as long as she's safe, I'm safe, I wouldn't have a problem with that. It's not really my thing, but it would be awesome to experience with her, which I never ever thought I would ever say, because I was so scared. And for the first time in my life, I'm not. Should you still focus on all the self-improvement stuff? Improving your physical health, get into that buff version of you, your financial, your mental, chasing your purpose. Yes, 100%. You should never stop that. That is one of the most fulfilling things you can do in life that has the most amount of progress, and you fall in love with that progress. After being on self-improvement for literally almost 3-4 years now, it is such an incredible feeling. And I still have a long way to go. I love that progress. But the social is a part of it too. If you go to the gym, but you're still mentally not healthy, guess what? You're still not healthy. Here is how I was able to cure and get past that emotional trauma. And if you're still at this part of this video, then I have a feeling you have something. I may not know what it is, but I have a feeling that you do, deep down. You know what that thing that you are so insecure, so scared, so terrified to take that leap because of maybe something that happened to you as a kid. It's not fair. Life isn't fair. If your parent left you, if you were bullied, it is not fair. But right now, you've only got one body and it's you. Your mind, your health, your future. No one else is going to have control of that. I get it, the emotional trauma, it's not your fault. No, not at all. But what you do now, the choices you can make now, they're your responsibility. It's not your fault, but it's your responsibility to get better. Some people have it better than others, I know. But unfortunately, that's not something that we can control. What we can control are the little decisions that we make now. So how do you get over that emotional trauma? For the first time in your life, you have to confront it. For me, I had to sit down and full-on journal. I always do gratitude journaling where you write 10 things you're grateful for. And maybe for you, that could be it. Or meditation. But I had to research and really look into it and just journal my thoughts, and it helped massively. Now, that may not be it for you, but either way, you need to tackle on that thing that you are terrified of. I have a feeling you know deep down what it is, and the best thing to get over that is simply go and do it. Go do the thing that you are terrified of doing. We all have heard of discipline, doing something when you don't feel like it. It's the same thing with emotional trauma. The way to get past it is by doing the thing that you are so scared to do. I know it's going to be hard, but every step you take, where it's 1% more than the day before, I know, stupid saying, but the thing is it's true. Because that means you're consistent. That means you're trying and you're getting better. Because ultimately, that's how I got to where I am now. It's just by simply not giving up. I really hope this managed to help you. I really do. Because, man, it sucks that loads of kids have got emotional trauma. Man, it sucks. I really do hope this has helped. Now, I know this is a bit that everyone's going to hate, right? But I do have a community on school. It's been freshly made. It's not got anyone on there. I'm a really small channel. But if you want to go check it out, if you like content like this and you want something a little bit more personalized videos, the new YouTube videos that come out are things that you guys request, could be a place for you. And there's going to be courses on there as well. You don't have to look at them, obviously you don't need to. But on there will be courses on how I am achieving my dream physique, and there'll be many, many more courses in the future. And it doesn't cost any extra. It's all going to be the same price, always. And then when there are more people, there will be something known as coffee talks, Wylder coffee talks, or dirty bean water talks, where there'll be at some point on the weekend, every single morning, where we'll have a live call with everyone about something meaningful like this, something that could be on your mind that you want help with. Coffee talks. That's something that's going to be going forward. As always, the most important part of the video, stay consistent and don't give up. Alright, come here. 7 proof kiss. Mwah.